Okay. Flip this up so I can eat.
Okay. I'm going to mute everybody.
Yeah, I think Kathy's.
Can I do that here?
Going. This is the girl that's speaking on the call.
Okay, I can't figure out how to mute you. I knew it a minute ago, and now I don't. I don't know. It's okay. Okay, so happy St. Patrick's Day. And if you don't know me, which most of you probably don't, I'm Angela Lammerman. I'm the leader of Team Fit for Life, and I've been doing this since, well, I officially started in August. But a little bit about myself, I'm a first grade full-time teacher. I have 4 kids and a super great husband. And my kids are, my oldest one is 10 and our youngest one is 4. So we're super busy.
That's my girls.
Like all of you. I thought I should probably start like Kathy does with giving some announcements and stuff like that. So I wanted to mention the Diamond Retreat. I'm really excited about that. And that's in the and Kathy's just going to pamper us and we just need to get there, I guess. So if the qualifications are to hit Success Club in March and in April, and then you have to be a Diamond by, I think it's May 12th is the date for that. So, but I'm super excited about that. I can't wait. The next one was Super Saturday, and I don't know if any of you have been to one, but we went to one in January with a group of us from our team, and it was incredible. I mean, they had just speakers there that were super inspirational, and we worked out together. We got our butts kicked. What I liked about it, something needs to be on Kim?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Here. Okay, so the Super Saturday. Anyway, so what I really liked about it, when I took away from it, is that there were hundreds of people there, all different shapes and sizes, but everyone was on the same mission, and it was really fun to all be in the same room and excited about the same stuff. So if you can get to that, that's on April 1st. We just felt really energized and inspired after leaving there. So the other thing was 22-minute hardcore. Sadly, I only bought the DVDs, and I thought I bought like the whole package, and I got the DVDs in the mail, and I was so sad. So I have that all worked out, but our challenge group for that for Forever Strong starts on Monday. So if you want to add people to that or get on that yourself. For new people, Kathy thought that a lot of new people would be on the call, so I wanted to say something about Summit, which is in July in Nashville. So if you're a new coach, you have to hit Success Club in the first 3 months, and then you get a free ticket to Summit. And that also is supposed to be a business game changer. So if you can get to that, I know a group of my team, or our team, is going to that. So that will be incredible also. And then, of course, our Success Flip to Punta Cana, which I'm on the wait list for. Hopefully not for long. Is anybody else on the wait list for that besides? Okay. Is anybody going for sure? No. So all of us are on the wait list. But according to Nick, we're all going to get there, right? Okay. And then I guess my favorite part of the call is rank advancements. And I think there were quite a few today. Does anybody have any emeralds? What?
I have one.
Okay.
So this is for Mary. She hit Emerald, so I don't think she's on the call, but I did want to say congratulations, and she's been crushing it. So awesome job, Mary.
Okay, Mary Davis, is that her? Mary Davis. Oh, Amy
no,
Davis.
not,
Amy.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. All right.
No, that's okay. Good. Any other emeralds? Katie, didn't you have one?
Yes, I did. My husband, Jim.
Yes. So awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim. Anybody else have any? Okay, what about diamonds? Any diamonds? Now somebody did. Amy Davis. Oh, I don't know. I saw Amy. Didn't I see that today? I thought I did. And how about any star diamonds? I know one. Okay, so Jen, I get to announce you, my dear. So Jen is 2-star today, and she is inspirational to all of us, but she finished her qualifying, right? Your qualifying stage or whatever they call it. Okay, so today's her day. Congratulations. Okay, so I thought I should probably talk about how I got started. And I'm going to read off some notes if you don't mind. I didn't know the best way to do this, but every time I had a baby, I would, as we all, gain a ton of weight, and then I'd lose it, then I'd have another baby, and then I'd keep on a little bit more, and it was just always hard. I went to Weight Watchers, I did tons of stuff. So in July, I was really looking for something to help me with that, because I couldn't really say that Katie, my 4-year-old, was baby weight anymore. So I bought the 21 Day Fix actually off TV, and I didn't really tell anyone I was doing it, but Jen Schultz, my dear friend, said, hey, I heard you're doing that, and I lost 7 pounds and 8 inches, so I was super excited about it. And she said, I think you should coach. And I said, no, because I can't afford the Shakeology. My husband would have a fit. I don't have time, all those excuses that we all say, you know. And then I read up on the Shakeology and knew I wanted it, and talked to my husband, who was super skeptical. But then I joined anyway. So then I became a coach under Jen, which the whole thing with that was really cool, because Kristen Fricke and Jen and I all started at the same time. So we could really work together, and that was really helpful. So I joined in August, but then school started, and so I told Jen to leave me alone about it. And I said, I can't be added to one more group. I don't want to talk about it. I just didn't do anything until October, and somebody asked me about it, and I thought, man, that's kind of fun. So I sold somebody a challenge pack, and in November I just kind of hit the ground running. So, and I like to know stats just to gauge myself. So I don't necessarily think these stats are good, but these are mine. So I really started in November to start working the business, and I think I was Emerald pretty quick, but then I became Diamond 3 months later, and now I'm 2 weeks into my 1-star qualifying. So those are my stats. So I do want to say that about working with Jen and Kristen, it's really, really, really helpful to have a success partner, and it's easy for us because we live in the same area. But I remember seeing somebody ask on our Forever Strong page to join them as a success partner. I thought that was awesome. If you don't have one, it's a really good idea to find someone to do that with you. It's nice to bounce ideas off of people who are like I said, we started at the same time, so that was easy for us. But if you don't have one, definitely try to find one. And I know all of us are we're so helpful to each other, but it's nice to have 1 or 2 people to really connect with. So at the beginning, and even now, I constantly listen to podcasts and wake-up calls and YouTube videos whenever I absolutely can. Like whenever I'm alone, which is hardly ever, but when I'm in my car alone, which is really never, when I'm getting ready, as we all do, I count that as my personal development. Like if I don't have time to read, I listen to a podcast, the wake-up calls and whatnot. Another thing I do is that I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning no matter what every day, and I know that a lot of people do that. I tend to sometimes work out after school because the morning is when I try to get some work done. But I remember somebody saying that to make this business work, they had to do what no one else will do. So I literally say that I say to myself every morning, I will do what no one else will do to make this work, to get my ass out of bed, because it's 5 o'clock comes really quick. So I do get up at 5. I try to chip away at my power hour. I try to schedule my posts. I use Hootsuite to do that. I help out my coaches, whatever's on my to-do list. And I try to make that list the night before, so I'm ready to go in the morning when I get up. And then also from the beginning, I've always consistently posted on Facebook. So not always about Beachbody, of course, but just about sharing my life with people. So I thought tonight I should probably talk about inviting people. I think as a new coach and even as seasoned coaches, this is probably the scariest thing for us to do, but also the most important thing. You know, I think we have a fear of being rejected, judgment. You know, maybe you have unsupportive family members or friends, which we all run into that, of course. And actually a funny story. So Jen and Kristen and I all live in the same town. Jen and I work together. Our kids play together like it's crazy. We're all kind of inbred almost. But so when we started working this business, we thought it'd be a really good idea to tag each other every single time we posted. So then whatever I would post, all of Jen's, you know, all our mutual friends would see it every single time. And that did have some consequences to that. But we learned, you know, I mean, like we thought it was great. Tagged our husbands every time, and we just had everybody watching everything. So we learned from that. We did have a little backlash, but we just decided to kind of pull up the bootstraps and get over it. You know, I tell my sister, I was talking to her once about this, and I'm not posting on Facebook and spreading this message to the 80 people that I have in common with Jen and whoever. I'm posting it for the 1,000 other people that I have as a friend that I want to reach. You know, I'm not posting it for the people. If you don't want to see it, you just scroll right past it. So I just kind of switched that mindset and really tried hard not to let people's negativity get to me about that. So kind of funny, for the longest time, I really didn't even know what inviting meant. Like I saw it everywhere, invite, three vital behaviors. I'm like, what does that even mean, you know? And so I think the three inviting ways are, of course, face-to-face, on Facebook, like a mass invite, and then the personal message. And for me personally, the private message has been working the best. So I'm going to go over that tonight. I'm going to talk about growing your network, actual inviting, and then following up with people, because those are all equally important. So number one, growing your network. So and like I said before, these are not all my ideas. I mean, I've watched millions of YouTube videos and listened to podcasts like you have for sure. But the first thing I did was to get out that memory jogger off the Coach Online office. And that's in the news and training, and it's under the coaches tab, but it's really helpful to help you think about people that you might not have thought of before in your life in the past. And I was a bartender for a year. Probably my best job ever. But anyway, I knew a lot of people from that I didn't even think about, you know, as friending on Facebook. So I went through the memory jogger, made sure all those people were my friends on Facebook. It doesn't have to be the people that you see every single day. I mean, I think the point is that those people are your warm market that you get to every day. We've got to move on from that. And Jen and Kristen and I really found that at the beginning, that we were kind of dipping into the same pool a lot. And so we very quickly had to move past that. And we had to grow our network very quickly. On Facebook, I used somebody's idea, I don't know whose, to type in the search bar, friends of friends who like running, or friends of friends who like, or friends of friends who are teachers, because I want to reach that network too. So you can type that right into Facebook, and it gives you a list of people that they would suggest that you be friends with. And I know Kathy's rule is like 8 or more mutual friends, but I don't necessarily stick by that all the time. I mean, I really don't. I'm not real shy about friending people, I'll say. And even the people that I have like one mutual friend with friend me back. So, and if they don't, they don't. You know, you can't. It's always going to be no if you never try. So, I had like 5 new friends a day. They say to add 90 to 150 a month, which seems like an enormous amount, but I really try to do that consistently, at least 5 a day. And it really does not take long at all. Well, one thing I think is important is not to like when you're getting those ideas for people to friend, not to try not to judge if you think they would be into health and fitness or not, or no, I don't think they would like this business, or I think we have to let them make that decision. And, you know, Facebook gives you a little profile thing about them really quick. And I try really hard not to go on that and say, this would be a good person to add, this would not. I just friend them first and go from there. I also went to my husband's friend list, but she loved that. And I friended like all of his friends, or because I knew that they would accept my friend request because they knew who I was. So I did that to his page. I went on my best friend from school's page and did that. I went on my sister's page and did that. So that really helped me to build a little bit too. So once I friend request these people, and once they've accepted my friend request, I go right to their page like right then so I don't forget. And I go to their page and I like a couple of their posts. And then I write a message right away and I just say, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. Like when I noticed your pictures are great. Are you a photographer? Whatever, you know, just make some sort of connection. Your kids are beautiful. How long have you been teaching? You know, anything that you can do to connect with them. And then the key, I think, is obviously to keep those conversations going. So one girl on a thing I heard a while ago said it has to be with people you like, which that kind of makes sense because it really needs to be genuine. Like people can read right through it if we're talking really short with them or our texts are really brief. You know, you have to really kind of like hopefully like the people. Oh, I know. Okay. So, and also, it might not take just one or two messages until you get to the invite part. You might have to have 7 little conversations with this person before you feel comfortable enough inviting them. I think that's always I tend to like get to conversation 4 and it's not really about health and fitness at all. And I finally just kind of pull the trigger. Because I just kind of get impatient, I think. And it usually works. Like I've never had anyone not respond positively to it, but it's important to build the relationship, but also keep it moving, you know. So the second thing that I was going to talk about was actually inviting. So on Facebook, of course, these are constant messaging, and somebody is not on mute. What is it? I don't know. Okay. So I think that posting on social media is not something that anyone's really super good at when we start doing this. I think it takes a lot of practice. I know at first I was really I was the worst person at Facebook. I mean, like I didn't know what a group was. I didn't even know when I was in a group. I didn't know how to make one, didn't know how to run one. I hardly knew how to tag people. Like my Jen and Chris were like, are you serious? And I didn't really get into I mean, I would look on it and post to my kids, but I wasn't that good at it. But we just have to practice, and you have to make yourself do that. The consistency is what's going to pay off in the long run. Facebook ads is another thing to look into. I personally have not done that yet, but that's next on my list of things to do. And I don't think it costs a lot, but I know you can cancel it anytime. Has anyone done a Facebook ad? Lauren, you have? Is it expensive? Like what's the...
It depends. Like if you just boost it, I think you could boost it for like $5, but I'm in a training and they highly recommend not boosting your post because it kind of is pointless, and actually like running videos and trying to get your likes down to like 10 cents a like. So, I mean, that's
good to know. I mean,
it's confusing.
Totally. You went to a training on it?
Yeah, it's Jesse Regan, me, Carrie, Katie. Are you in there? Katie's in there. We haven't really finished it yet because it really is. It's a lot of work and takes a lot of time to do. But I think once you master it, you can actually do it more fluently.
Okay, that's good to know because I was thinking about boosting. So
yeah, I'll give you all right. His name's Jesse Regan, so that way you can find him on Facebook.
Okay. So I think. So now let's get to the personal messages. That is by far the most, I think what holds people up the most, but those for me have been the most successful. And like I said just a little while ago, I really think it's important to, like, and this sounds silly, but to type complete sentences. You know, if they're really short and quick, then people don't really think you have time for them. I feel, and it's important to really make an effort. You know, put smiley faces in there, and a bigger message is much better than a couple sentences. And I just think that's really important because they can see through that. So I went through my memory list, my memory jogger list, and I started thinking about people who were into health and fitness that I knew. So I went through that really quick, and I just invited a few people every day. I had a lot of success in January, and I think over Christmas break, when I had some extra time, I really spent time just killing it, inviting people. And those paid off, you know, that month later. So it's really important to be consistent every single day. And sometimes it doesn't feel like you're getting any hits back, like nobody's answering you, or everybody's saying no, or not right now. And it's the consistency part that will come to fruition later. I also reach out to people that I noticed have liked a lot of my posts, or commented on them a lot. Like there's one girl that has never liked anything, and she just started liking several things, and I'm totally going to message her about coaching because I think she'd be really good at it. So you just have to kind of keep track of who those people are too, I think, because obviously they're watching you for a reason. So if you're nervous to invite, the free groups are really easy to invite to. So we run Healthy Habits free group, a clean eating free group, Crackpot recipe, all that. Those are super easy to invite people to because they usually don't say no. And then you get them in, then they have to friend request you to be in the group. And so now they're part of your network, and now they see all your stuff, and then you follow up with them and say, hey, after your group's over, how'd you like the clean eating group? Did you have any suggestions for us, or what did you like about it? And then they answer you, and then would you be interested in another challenge group when we run about health and fitness? So just, that's a really good way to get some more people involved. Shakeology groups are easy to invite to, I think, because they are. We've only been doing like a 5-day challenge, so it's not as long, and I think it feels more manageable to people. So that has worked for me too. And then I just started doing this one too, asking for a referral instead of just flat out asking people, especially people I don't know very well, or I haven't talked to in a long time. I might say, hey, you know, we're starting this challenge group. Do you know anybody that would be interested in getting started on their fitness journey? I've sent a couple of those lately, and those have panned out, so that's good. So then when you really are ready to invite to the challenge group, I just go through my friends on Facebook. Well, I did until I got this other program that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I went through my friends on Facebook and I messaged them straight up. And I always start with the connection, like, how have you been? How are your kids? I love their pictures on Facebook. Tell me what's happening, you know, what you're doing. I know you're really into health and fitness, or I don't know where you are with your health and fitness, but, and then lead into your invite. One thing I do is I copy and paste a lot, which sounds not good, but for ease, I save it on my notes in my phone, on my notes app in my phone, so I can do it wherever I'm at, and I just copy and paste into messages. What else? Okay, inviting to the business opportunity. So this is something I recently started doing, and I did not, I mean, I would ask customers that I had and like people that had been in our challenge groups, but I had not asked people that I had never even talked to about it. But I did do that. I have started doing that, and that actually is really working. And I think, and I heard Bonnie Engel say once that recruiting is a compliment to people. Like, they aren't offended when you say, hey, I think you'd be really good at something. They usually take that pretty well. I mean, it's kind of flattering and honoring that you would think that they would be good at it. So I kind of ran with that. And so when I approach these people, I just say, hey, I know that you're really into health and fitness, and I saw you ran a race, and there, you know, and then would you ever, or have you ever considered being a Beachbody coach? I really think you'd be good at it. And the last like 3 that I've done that with have really, they did the Coach Basics training, or the sneak peek last week, and they're really starting to get on board. So that was kind of a leap for me, and that's working out. And it's just not customers though either. It's just anybody that I think might, and new people. Like if I go on their new page and I see that they're training for a race, or I see that they're lifting weights or crazy yoga or whatever, those are the people I start to form with, and then I will ask them for sure. So follow-ups are, I mean, probably one of the most important things we can do, and I think that's because when you don't get responses from people and people aren't joining your challenge groups and you're like, why isn't this? But we've got to follow up with these people. It's coaches and your customers. So if they aren't answering your invites, you really need to kind of ask yourself, are you following up with them? So one thing I read somewhere was about giving deadlines for challenge groups, and then, you know, if people don't answer you, if you don't have anybody in your challenge group, then message them real quick and say, hey, we're extending the deadline a day. But I think, you know, people get busy. I mean, that's just real life. We're all really busy. I don't think, I try not to take things like that personally. You know, if they don't answer you, we just have to, I just keep telling myself, everyone's busy, we're all crazy, you know, we've got a lot going on. So just follow up with them gently, you know. Okay, I have a customer, well, she's not really a customer yet, but she was really interested. And then her best friend approached her and said that she wanted to do this other exercise program. So she said she was going to try this. Well, now I have that written down in my book that I'm going to check up with her 30 days from now, because she said her program's 45 days. So I figure when that program doesn't work, then I'm going to get her on board. And I know that she wants to be on board, so that was a no-brainer just to follow up with her. But I try to really follow up with everybody. Even if people say no, you know, you still help them on their journey. And you don't lose them. I don't lose them off my list, because I'm going to still invite them to a free group, even if they don't want to do the challenge group. You know, like you just keep connecting with them. So the hardest part I think about following up is tracking who and what and when and all that. I think that gets a little crazy. My binder is like ridiculous, and I've started highlighting people in one color if I contacted them once, and then another color if they went into a challenge group, and it just got really crazy. So Leisha Ackerberg, who's one of my coaches, found this website called Teamzy. It's Teamzy. Has anybody heard of that besides my people? Have you? And I started using that, and that has really been a time saver and an organizing saver. Katie, do you like it?
Are
Sorry,
you talking to me?
I'll call you out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out like that. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. I personally haven't used it. I've heard of it, and I just haven't gotten into it. But can you just maybe tell us a little bit about it, or is there a cost to it?
I actually am prepared to share my screen.
Oh, awesome.
Can you stand it? Okay, here I go. Hold on. Please work. Oh, wait. Can you see? Can you see it?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just teamzy.com, and they give you a really nice video at the beginning to walk you through the program and how it works, which is super helpful. So I'm gonna move over here. Hold on, I want to make it bigger, so just give me a second here. There, that's better. So so this is my dashboard, and it tells me these are my prospects. I gotta rewind, hold on. So when you start this, you upload all your Facebook friends. So all of your contacts come from Facebook, super easy, and they load onto here. And mine like took a day to load, so it does take a long time. So once they're on there, then you start connecting with them. And I mean, it's so easy. Like, for example, right here it says who's up next, and it just starts your list of people. Now, when I started, obviously I'd already contacted some of these people, so I had to put in there what I had said and what I had done or whatever. But so let's say I'm going to connect with this guy, which I'm not. And then you can tell what kind of message you're giving them, what kind of communication, and then if you invite them, and then what you invite them to. I mean, it's just really easy. And then you type your message in here. So I always have my Facebook, another tab open with Facebook, so I can copy and paste super quick. Like whenever I message people, I just copy and paste it right into here. And then it gives you an opportunity to tell when to follow up with it. So if I pick 2 days, then in 2 days, they're going to be on my follow-up list. So I don't have to keep track of when I saw them and who's doing what. And you also can like categorize people as a prospect. I'm going to move this a second. As prospects or customers or coaches. And then if you go like my follow-up screen, I didn't know there was a follow-up tab, so I have a lot of backup, which is not good. But talking about follow-ups, so so then you just connect with you follow up with all these people, and over here is where that shows your recent activity, so you can reread what you did before, which is awesome, because I often forget what we said last, and you talk to so many people. I also often if I friend these people new, I don't remember who they, I have to have my Facebook tab open so I can type their name in the search and figure that out real quick before I even message them. So it's super handy to have that tab open all the time. And then like sometimes I'll write a little note. There's a place to write notes, like this person, can't afford it, isn't interested for a few months, whatever your note may be. If you choose the default follow-up, that's 90 days. So then when you're on your dashboard, here are your prospects that you've connected with for the day. So today I've connected with 14 people, and connecting with them it could be an invite, it could be forming, just some sort of message to people. And then I've connected with 5 customers, so following up with them, and I have not talked to any coaches except for right now. This counts, right? And then my new people, I've added 5 people today. So I'm certainly not good at this yet. Like I said, I didn't even know there was a follow-up tab, so that but it's pretty cool, and it's really easy to use, and it shows your activity. I mean, I like it. Do you have any questions about it? I'll try to answer. No? Okay.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, yep.
So as you're adding people, like you added 5 people today, do you have to do constant uploads with Teamzy, or is it like automatically link and pull those new 5 people in every day?
Good question. And I don't think it does. So what I do, like I have this Facebook tab open, and when I get a new friend, I come over to this tab and I type them in here, and you can go to add contact. And then you're a person. Oops. And then they add to your list, and then they just start coming in your feed. So whenever I add new people, I'm really diligent about that. Like I have both things open all the time. So I see who I added. I add them on this thing, I type a message, I look at their page real quick, I like some things, I type them a message, I paste it in here, and then they go into my contact later list. Does that make sense? Okay. And I mean, Leisha, is that right? I don't think it automatically uploads your people.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, like, you have it connected to your Facebook, right? Like, when you get new friends, like you're adding them into Teamzy, and does it connect it through, like, once you have them in there, does it connect that person into your Teamzy? Like, I know that's confusing. Probably doesn't make sense.
So, well, no, I'm just gonna. So when you sign up, when you sign up and log into this for the first time, and you upload all your content as of that moment
Right.
into the program.
Okay.
So then as you add new people though, I always hand add them into Teamsy. Like I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I don't know that there's like an upload thing that you can, once a week upload your new contacts. I just have gotten into a system of doing it as they come. I just do it manually myself just to be sure. Does that make sense? Is that your question?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
When it like says like this person is next to connect to and all that, like that's what I mean. Like how does it know that? Like, what are you doing for it to show that up? I'm just not understanding it as much. Sorry, she was distracting me.
Okay. I really think it just goes through your feed, your list of people, and you can rank your people. Like you can give, and I did not do that yet, but you can rank your people. Like 5 stars is somebody that has referred you to 5 people in the last month or something, and then 4 stars a little less active, and then like 1 star is somebody that you've never even talked to, never dealt with, don't want to deal with. So you can rank your people. So like maybe only your 3s show up, your 3, 4s, and 5s. You can do that. I have not ranked mine because I want to just kind of see how it goes before I get into all that. Does that make sense?
And yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
And did you say something about the cost? Like, does it cost something for you to use that?
So the first month is free, but I think it's $30 a month after that. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. That was all of my questions. I'm
Yeah,
done talking.
good. Oh, no, good. But it's a really good way to organize yourself and just keep on track. I mean, it's so hard to, I don't know.
Yeah, that's my biggest weakness right now is like organization and trying to figure out a good system. So
Totally.
it really helps. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, any more questions on Teamsy? Okay, I'll stop my share then. I can't believe I did that. It's awesome. I'm excited. So that's really all I had for tonight. So I do have some calls to action because I know you're never supposed to leave a call without, telling you to do something or suggesting, I guess. So the first one is to find a success partner. I think that's really, really, really important. Like I would not be, the 3 of us would not be where we're at now without each other, I don't think. Do you agree with that, Jen and Kristen? I mean, that has been really important for us. As far as like the whole, this is like a roller coaster ride, ups and downs all the time. And just to have that support around is really important. So find a success partner if you don't have one. I said to be brave and invite 5 people who are not customers to coaching. Come on, that's a good one.
That's a
That's
good
a good
one.
one. That's a good one. Okay, and then I said look into Teamsy. And then if it's too much for you for right now, organize yourself with the binder. That's how I started. So do you have any more questions for me? Thanks for coming on. We good? Okay. Well, have a good week. Kick butt. All right. See ya. Thanks.